Hi, I'm Lisa. I am an artist and I have ADHD, and I'm probably going to just talk about how that was going through my life and how I'm continuing going through my life with ADHD. I didn't get diagnosed till I was about 25, so I struggled a lot and still do struggle, but I have found things before I was diagnosed and even after I was diagnosed that have helped me. But before I get to that, I do just want to say that I did this drawing that you're seeing being drawn in the background. For a friend for their D&D campaign. They wanted their bard to be drawn, and I did that for him. It was kind of just a birthday gift for him. So like I said, I didn't get diagnosed till I was about 25. And if you were to look at my diagnosis, it would be more of the ADHD that used to be called ADD, but now it's just ADHD, I think, inattentive. So I don't show those big energy signs. I'm more in my own head. It's more spacey, but still a lot of struggles. I guess actually more spacey to other people. In my head, there's about a million things going on at any given moment. I still struggle with stuff like the time blindness, organization, and the typical executive dysfunction that comes along with having ADHD. Though I often feel like one of the biggest issues that come along with it is how a lot of other people don't understand what I or people like me are going through. Like, for instance, one of my siblings asked me why I'm always late to things, and they ask if I even try to be on places on time, and I was like, yes, I do, but I don't, time doesn't move consistently for me. And they go, what do you mean? Why don't you just set alarms? I'm like, because every 5 minutes is different for me. Some 5 minutes go by as if a normal standard 5 minutes go by for you. Some 5 minutes for me, it feels like it's 2 minutes, and some 5 minutes feel like it's a half hour. It's not consistent, and so setting alarms, even if it's every 5 minutes, will not help me, sadly. And I'm not late because I don't care. I really do care, and these are big stressors for me. I am thankfully getting better in the being on time to places department and not have to leave drastically early to get to places, because a lot of my time was spent going to places early, and then I would just be sitting there with nothing to do, and I feel like that's just a big waste of my day, and that was really frustrating as well. So medication has been a big part of me being able to deal and maneuver having ADHD. I remember thinking, oh, if I get medicated, am I gonna lose a lot of myself? And no, actually, I feel like it's actually enhanced a lot of myself. I'm more capable of doing things that I've wanted to do. It really helps strengthen me, though I don't think it is for everybody. And I think people should know that it's not something that just fixes you. There's still a lot of work that needs to go into it. But I thankfully already did some of that work before I got medicated, which helped so much. Something though that I feel helps a bit more than the medication, because it's not always a guaranteed thing to work for everybody or even help, is the people I'm around. My friends seem to really understand a lot of things that come along with having ADHD, either by being around somebody else who has it or also having it themselves. So they're very graceful towards how I am as a person, and they understand that I am trying, and they will hold me accountable, which is another big part. A few of my friends, especially this one friend, know that I am late to most things, even though I try very hard to be to places on time. And they usually will let me know if it's something that I really need to be there on time for, or they'll even just give me an earlier time, which sounds somewhat manipulative, but knowing that I run consistently about 20 minutes late, they know how to kind of counteract that, and that really helps me feel better because they want me there and they're willing to help me get there, and so that I'm not disruptive to the plans of the day, which makes me feel better because I'm always worried about that. If it is somewhere that I do really need to be there on time, they'll either offer to pick me up or offer for me to be at their house early, so it gives me some buffer time, which really helps me. They also can keep an eye out for me for noticing things like if I need to eat or something. They can tell that I'm not functioning as well as I should be, and so they'll even ask me, hey, have you eaten today? Because I sometimes forget to eat. It's along with the whole not understanding how much time has passed really kind of affects, oh, did I just eat an hour ago, or was it 5 hours ago? I think friends like them are good for people who don't just have ADHD. I think they're just good to be around for everything because everyone has things that they struggle with and need help with. And so I think it's amazing to have friends that are so willing to help you with these things. And I help them in turn as well. I remember one day my friend gave me a compliment, and it was just something to do with helping fix something. I'm not sure. Maybe I changed their car headlight or something. But I kind of deflected it in a way of being like, yeah, I'm good at these things, but man, it's so weird how I can be so good at so many things, but I can't keep my room clean. And they replied, they're like, so what? It's like, what? And you're like, yeah, so what if you can't keep your room clean? It's like, that's who you are. You can do all these things, but you can't keep your room clean, and that's okay. And I feel like that was one of the first times somebody just told me, like, it's okay that you can't. That's not something that really needs fixed. Granted, though, rooms should be clean for hygiene reasons, so I do think it is still something that I need to work on, but it made it feel not so... It didn't make me feel like a bad human. One thing I've just struggled all this time with is, how can I do all these things? Like I said earlier, I can do all these things, but I can't do these little things that should be so easy for like all these other humans. In a way, them saying that it shouldn't matter or like it's fine that I can't keep my room clean actually makes me feel like I really want to try harder keeping my room clean. Like now it doesn't feel like this daunting task as much. It's more rewarding because it doesn't feel like it's something I have to do now. It's just something I can try and do, and if I achieve that, that's great. And it's these kind of encouragements that don't even sound like encouragements that I really thrive and really help me get through having ADHD. So tell my friends, thank you for helping me.